Do you know the Bravo family? They have lived in the Colony, Texas for over 22 years and have attended Peters Colony Elementary, Stewart's Creek Elementary, Lakeview Middle School, and the Colony High School. A tragic event that happened in August of 2005 changed the lives of this family forever. Here is their story. It started with a planned 2-month family vacation to a small town near Monterrey, Mexico in June of 2005. The Bravo family, consisting of Brian, Brian's mom, her brother, Brian's sister, Cindy, and her 1-year-old son, and Brian's younger brother, Nicky, were all headed down to spend a fun-filled summer with family and friends. Jose Bravo, Brian's dad, was forced to stay back due to his commitment to his job. The family spent 2 summer months in Mexico before finally heading back. While making the trip back to the colony, tragedy struck in the form of a car accident. A single car accident caused by a mechanical failure had killed Brian's mother, sister, and uncle, and severely injured his younger brother. Brian himself was thrown from the vehicle and suffered spinal cord injuries that caused him to be paralyzed for the rest of his life. Brian's father had no knowledge of this until he received a phone call. In the conversation, Jose Bravo heard very few words, but they were enough to get the message across. Jose's family was in trouble. After many issues with airports, Jose made it to Monterrey the next morning, only to find out the awful events that took place that night. Part of his family was dead, and Brian laid in a hospital bed unable to move because of the spinal cord injuries and severe head trauma. Brian would never walk, talk, or play the sports he loved again. After months of surgery, Jose was able to take Brian back home to Texas, where Brian received even more surgeries to correct some of the ones done in Mexico. Jose was unsure of what to do with his son and kept him home from school for several years. When the family decided Brian was able to go back to school, complications arose. The car the family had was not wheelchair accessible. Jose was already helping Brian with other daily activities, but now he must carry Brian to the car and take apart the wheelchair to fit it in the trunk in order to get to school. But while at school, Brian has excelled. He is an honorary basketball coach and is involved in numerous clubs. Now, despite all odds, Brian has reached his senior year in high school and will graduate in the spring with the rest of his senior class. This Bravo for Brian campaign isn't just to celebrate Brian's graduation, but to raise money. We would like to purchase a wheelchair-accessible car for Brian and his family, and their house is in bad shape. You can change this with your donations. Bravo for Brian wristbands will be on sale, and the proceeds from those sales will go to Brian's family and their new car. They need your help to make this possible. Join Bravo for Brian and be a part of something great. Our mission is to provide Brian and his family with all their needs, such as a wheelchair-accessible car and a remodeling for their home. We can do all of this through your donations. Donate and receive a Bravo for Brian wristband and join us in helping out this amazing family.
Someday, and I'm still dreaming of that, miracles happen, and, there's been 8 years, like I said, and probably someday, God's touch us over here and says, okay, Brian, get up and do whatever you have to do,
What do you think of Brian's story?
I think it's very inspirational how through all this tragedy, Brian and his family have made it through it all. Just to me, it's really amazing. How do you feel about Brian's story?
Brian's story it's just humbling to me to know that Brian has done all of this in his condition, and to know that we are talking about it and doing stuff to help him, and it's just awesome to me.
What do you think about Brian's story?
This is a great story. It means a lot to me. Brian is a great person who deserves praise for making it through all of this.
How has this story impacted you?
Well, it really hit me hard. I think it's really moving to me how his family's gone through all this adversity, and it's helping me to appreciate all the small things in my life.